After a few minutes, Rainbow returns and knocks on the door. You quickly rush over to it and let her inside. She walks into the house and shakes off the snow that had accumulated on her mane and fur.
So? How'd it go?
You're curious as to what had become of Applejack in such a short amount of time. The lake was much farther away than that, and not even Rainbow could fly that fast while carrying Applejack's weight in return and how quickly she did.
Didn't quite make it to the lake, but I have a feeling you'll like what happened even better.
Where'd you leave her?
Let's just say she'll be a bit tied up for the time being. Big Mac and Granny Smith were out and saw me carrying her by, and they offered to take care of her.
You and Big Mac lassoed her legs together, didn't you?
So Anon, he can read me like a book.
Big Mac and Granny Smith are always watching out for you. If Rainbow wasn't already your bro, Big Mac and Granny Smith would definitely be. Would that even work? You'd have to fit bro somewhere in both of their names. Big Brokentosh and Brony Smith? Nah.
So, which one was next on the list of movies?
Oh yeah, that's right. I almost forgot.
She rushes over to the television. You walk over with her and she hands you the case to the next movie the two of you have in store.
Daring Do in the Quest for the Sapphire Stone!
Is it good?
It's the first one I ever read. It's the one that got me into the series in the first place. Oh yeah, it's good alright.
She smirks up at you, hitting the play button. Both of you crash onto the couch, and as you pull up a blanket to keep the two of you warm, she unexpectedly curls up next to you. You think nothing of it, of course. It's cold, and she probably just wants the extra body heat.
Oh my gosh, it's starting!
You chuckle a bit as the opening of the movie starts.
Oh no, did he just...
Oh yeah, he did!
Rainbow exclaims as Awizotel snatches the relic from Daring Do with his handtail. Both of you are on the edge of the couch once again in excitement. This one was even more entertaining than the first one you watched. The two of you stay in that position until Daring Do comes in and takes the relic back at the end of the movie. By the credits, the two of you are literally cheering and jumping up and down in excitement and joy as Daring Do runs off into the jungle once again to make her getaway.
Wahoo!
You pulled Rainbow into a huge bro hug fueled by the adrenaline of the situation. She wraps her hooves back around your waist and looks a bit flustered as she does. When the hug ends, she doesn't let go.
Bro?
Her eyes widen and she shakes her head quickly before looking up at you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
She lets you go. You look outside. By now, it's somewhere around mid-afternoon.
So which one now?
How about this one?
You reply, picking up another Daring Do movie, thinking that you should keep the trend going. 2 out of 3 have been good so far. Those are damn good odds. However, when you show her the cover, her eyes widen and her face instantly goes beet red, and she shakes her head violently.
No! Don't want to watch that one!
She stammers, flying over quickly to try to take the case from you.
And why's that?
You keep it out of her reach, hiding it behind your back and using your hand as a buffer between her and the movie case. You didn't think it was possible, but lo and behold, her face gets even redder.
Well, that one's not nearly as good as the others.
Oh? What makes you say that?
Well, there's not nearly as many action scenes of her kicking butt and stuff.
What kind of stuff? Is there something that happens that you don't want me to see?
Her wings instantly flap outward, shaking a bit nervously. Why do her wings always do that in situations like this? She should be used to it by now. She knows you don't mean it or anything.
Fine. That's how you want it. Go ahead and put it in.
You snicker at your victory before putting the movie in and pressing play. An hour or two later... Fuck. Oh, sweet holy Jesus. Why did you do that? You shouldn't have done that.
Told ya.
Your eyes feel like they should be burned from the inside out for what you have witnessed.
Didn't see that coming.
She snickers a bit, her wings just slightly out as she watches you recover from it.
Here, drink this. It'll make you feel better.
She hands you a leftover bottle of Applejack Daniels, grabbing another for herself. The two of you clank bottles together before taking a huge swig of the drink. This continues until you no longer feel uncomfortable about the scene you had just witnessed.
You know, this movie ain't half bad.
Rainbow nods, nuzzling up against you once again as the movie continues. Your drunken state is even less aware of it, however, which causes you to be even more caught off guard when she asks her next question.
Anon? What do you think of me?
What are you talking about?
Well, you know, do you consider me a friend?
What? Where the fuck did this come from?
Of course I do. You're my bro after all.
Yeah.
Hey, what's wrong?
It's just, I don't know. Do you ever think that we could be more than just normal bros?
She looks up at you, her magenta eyes filled with a sense of longing almost.
What? You mean like super bros?
Fuck you and your drunken logic.
No, not quite. I mean, like, more than bros, or super bros, or super mega awesome bros, you know?
What do you mean, bro?
Damn it, Anon! You're not listening to me!
Fuck you, your drunken logic, and your drunken obliviousness.
I mean, like a special someone!
Your eyes widen. Wait, did she just say... Come on, Anon, this is your bro we're talking about. Both of you have been together since day one. But she's a pony and you're a human. But she's just as human as anything else you've ever made friends with. Damn conflicting thoughts in your head. You need a drink.
Anon?
Rainbow's voice snaps you back into reality. She's still hovering over you, your faces just inches apart. Your mind is still attempting to process everything that just happened in the span of the last 20 seconds or so.
Analyzing. Theorizing. Mind.exe has encountered a problem and needs to close. Restart? Yes or no? Restart process has been initiated. Restarting. Restarting. Restarting.
The silence between the two of you continues as she can see that your mind is working at full drunken capacity.
Anon! You in there, buddy?
Mind.exe is running slowly. Would you like to clear up some space? Yes or no? Closing species barrier.exe. Please wait a moment.
Rinbro nods, still hovering over you, part of her lower mane hanging down onto your shirt.
I have. For a long time now, Anon.
Her eyes lower a bit and her gaze detracts, but then soon returns to you.
Until now, I don't know. I guess I didn't have the guts until tonight to tell you.
That's probably the biggest cliche in the book, but hearing it from Rainbow makes it completely different for you. Especially since, you know, both of you are completely shit-faced drunk.
How long?
You keep asking questions so that your brain can still process the last question she just answered. Turns out ever since she met you, she's had an infatuation for you. Your enjoyment of sports and athletics were just the right things to get her interested in you, apparently. Fluttershy and Applejack just made it even easier for her to get close to you when they started making their own attempts to get with you. Of course, she's been having her own fantasies of being with you like that, but never acted on them for fear of you putting her in the same category as the other two. Also, she's telling you all of this in the span of about 10 seconds because she's so nervous. You still find it hard to believe that your mind can actually process this fast despite being intoxicated. I mean, hell, your regular state of mind could probably never process it this effectively. All the while, she's slowly inching closer and closer as she talks, until her snout boops your nose. The two of you are quiet for what seems like hours, neither of you moving a muscle. Suddenly, Rainbow tries to stifle a giggle. She fails miserably and the two of you are immediately laughing in drunken stupor. Once the two of you calm down, you smile up at her and wrap your arms around her in a hug.
Well, must have taken a lot of guts to say something like that. Definitely a classic Rainbow Dash style way of doing things.
Her eyes widen a bit in surprise.
Wait, Anon. Did you call me Rainbow Dash?
You snicker a bit before a sly grin curls across your lips.
Well, why not?
You lean in close and place a small peck on her forehead. Nothing big, but a small token of affection.
You're my special sun pony after all, you know?
Her eyes widen to the point where you think they're going to pop out of her head. You're suddenly wondering how those female characters in Japanese anime series are able to pull it off. She blinks a few times, smiles, and then her eyes roll back and she collapses, falling limp onto your chest, a deep blush on her cheeks. Well, guess that's one way to react. That following morning, there's a knock at the door. You slowly open your eyes, only to find out that fucking Celestia decided to waltz on into your sleepy time with her fucking sunlight burning through the fucking window into your fucking eyes. Fuck, it's so bright. You hold up your hand to block the light and notice Rainbow Dash sleeping soundly on your chest. The events from last night are still a bit of a blur due to your hangover, but you remember everything you need to. You smile lightly, slowly easing your way out to not wake her, keeping the blanket wrapped and tucked around her like a cocoon. You walk over to the door and open it, stretching a bit as the morning sun hits you.
Oh, Hanan, glad to see you made it through the snowstorm. I've been looking for Rainbow. Have you seen her?
It's a purple unicorn with a dark purple mane and a pink highlight running through the middle of it. Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, yeah.
You mutter groggily, nodding and scratching your head, before your eyes widen and you kneel down to eye level with her, placing a finger to your lips and making motions to let her know that Rainbow was still sleeping. She nods in understanding.
I'll come back later then.
She smiles and nods before walking off. Speaking of which, it looks like the snow has stopped falling. Billies are playing in it outside, and you notice that Twilight conveniently cleared a path to your doorstep from the sidewalk. What a bro. Though she's not quite Rainbow to your status yet. In the distance, there's an orange mare trotting towards your house, her head hanging down a bit dejectedly. Fucking Applejack's coming back for round 3.
What do you want?
You close the door slowly behind you as you walk outside.
Listen, Nanan, I'm sorry about the way I've been acting towards you. Guess it's just my instincts, that's all.
She looks up at you. You don't know what it is, but you can definitely feel the sincerity in her voice.
Well, I'm still a bit skeptical about that, but I'm willing to forgive you in time. Though I'm not letting you off the hook that easily. I want 7 apples from your orchard every week. I get to pick them out myself.
Sounds like a plan.
She smiles brightly up at you, holding out a hoof.
Friends, once again?
You smile, taking it in your hand and shaking it.
Friends.
At least until I decide to hit you up next.
She winks slyly at you. You give her the smuggest grin you can make.
Well, we'll see how Rainbow thinks about that.
It takes her a few seconds to process this.
Wait a minute. So, does that mean you and Rainbow?
Applejack's jaw drops when she realizes what you mean by that. You grin, turning around and walking inside of the house, fully confident that Applejack has been thoroughly shocked by your handiwork. Well done, Anon. As you enter, Rainbow's slowly nodding herself awake.
What happened last night?
She asks, turning to look at you.
I had the best dream.
Oh? What was it about?
You ask, leaping over the top of the couch, plopping down onto the cushion next to the sleeping Pegasus. She immediately blushes.
Nothing. It was just a dream. That's all.
You sure, Rainbow? You absolutely sure about that?
You ask, a grin still plastered on your face. And like Applejack, when she realizes what you mean by that, her jaw drops. You laugh and pick her up into a tight hug. She returns it, nuzzling into your neck.
Happy Hearth warming, Rainbow Dash.
Happy Hearts warming to you too, Anon.
She mutters, muffled by hiding her face in your shirt, which had suddenly become moist where her eyes were.
Best gift I could ever ask for.